Ooh, hello, Saggy. There's a lot here. How are y'all doing? My name is Marlissa. This is At Word from Mars Tarot, and tonight I am here to do your love reading. All right. So apply this if you are Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, Venus, Mars, Rising, North Node, South Node sign. Okay. So Sagittarius, there are uh, you're being called to align all of your chakras. I can tell you that right now because three chakra cards are sitting here. Also, I could see that you may want to nurture yourself a little bit more and then nurture your relationships, okay? Some of you are reflecting like on the past a lot. There's something in the past that like means something to you. Some of you, you know, may be remembering better days with your mother, if you have a complex relationship, with your mother. Some of you may reflect on childhood more because you think that those were like the better days. All right. And some of you may need to nurture some of the relationships that you do have with children. But I'm also seeing that healing for healing for your inner child. Okay, so the signs that I see here off bucks in this first spread are Capricorn, Taurus, and Libra. Capricorn, Taurus, and Libra. Um, so there is some sort of soulmate energy here, all right? The overall energy of the spread, Sagittarius, is coming together. So some of you all do have a soulmate. I'm also going to say that maybe you are in disconnection as well. Like I'm feeling this in my heart space. I feel like that you may be in disconnection because we have the throat chakra here, which signifies I speak. So you and a person that you're feeling nostalgic about could be somebody from your past in general. It could be somebody from childhood. So like maybe somebody you dated in high school or somebody you had a crush on in middle school or elementary school, okay? Um, Regardless of when, there's going to be, it seems like that there may need to be some sort of conversation and like speaking up. And also like how you speak to yourself, all right? That inner child healing that may need to take place, how you speak to yourself matters. So you may need to tell yourself like it's okay to make mistakes. It's okay to be misunderstood. Some of you may sometimes have felt like, due to like your parenting or whatever, that mistakes were not the best. Sometimes it could place you in the victim mindset, or maybe you had a parent who was often in the victim mindset, so your feelings and emotions were, neglected. Um, there's someone here, all right, that you may have an unhealthy attachment to, or you did, all right, with this master card here, and this signifying the devil in traditional tarot, which would which would be for a sign of Capricorn. The affirmation for this card, Saggy, is I now release my fears and open fully to a loving relationship with myself and others. All right. So it's time to master your fears. Like some of you are very, very scared to be hurt. So you have your heart like locked up in a little cage here. All right. But it's okay. Like release that negativity. 333 on my clock. Release that negativity. Allow yourself to be free and allow yourself to love. All right. Fear and doubt often prevent a relationship from flowering or from manifesting. In matters of the heart, they can restrict and confine. They prevent you from opening to joy and love that's waiting for you. All right. A fearful heart closes in upon itself and sees only negativity and doubt. Um, so some of you may need to do some visualization exercises, Sagittarius, with this being next to the third eye chakra card. The third eye chakra card and the what is it? The affirmation or the mantra for this card is I see. So some of you may need to close your eyes and visualize and see things clearly. You're allowing your fear to master you and to take over you right now, and that's just not it. Okay. Um, Now, again, some of you may be feeling very like nostalgic. All right. Um, Reflecting on childhood, and it's just time to love. All right. It's time to love like yourself, and it's time to, love others. All right. This card is a call to action to bring that innocence and energy into the present, into your relationships, which is the innocence of youth. Like bring that energy into it. All right. As much as you can, interact with people from a pure place and an open heart, free of any I always struggle to say this word, ulterior motives, all right? Do this and you'll find that your relationships will deepen and require far less effort, okay? Um, some of you may need to let go of, the past and bring back only the happy memories and cherish them. So maybe some of you have been really hurt, all right? And you carry that over with you versus thinking about like the good times and allowing more good energy to come from reflecting on those good times. This is also a card that's heavily about kindness and generosity. So you may be being reminded about that, all right? About being kind and generous and looking ways to help your family and friends and especially children, all right? Um, this is also a good sign for someone if you're wanting to become pregnant or adopt a child. That card is a very positive sign, as well as you have this nurture card on the bottom of the deck. This is in traditional tarot known as known as the Empress, and for signs of Libra and Taurus. And she's a mother. All right, the Empresses would be like the ultimate, queen. Okay, so some of you, when you like release your fears and all of that, like you are going to have this Two of Cups. You are going to, nurture yourself, nurture your love connection, and you will eventually nurture a child. All right. I can't say if it's going to be multiple, but it's at least going to be one. Okay. So, and also some of you, if you did or do have a tough relationship with your mother, some of you may need to be mindful of reparenting yourself, all right? Providing yourself with the words of affirmation and such that you needed to hear when you were a kid that you did not get or that you maybe still don't get from your mother, all right? I also see like you maybe holding on to the past or being too nostalgic, maybe impacting like your finances, all right, with this base chakra here. And also I also feel like this, with this being next to this and it's saying to be kind and generous, but like you're not expecting anything back, from God, the universe, or the person. However, it's like the more generous you are with love and kindness, I feel like the more your finances will be blessed, all right, with these two cards being next to each other. Base chakra, I have, all right. There is going to be an honest conversation, with somebody. There's going to be some sort of clarity that comes in. You're going to bring that to somebody. Somebody's going to bring that to you. Okay. The cards that we have here that came out, we have longing, craving, aching, wanting. So again, some of you could be in, some sort of separation with somebody, and that could be somebody who you're nostalgic about. All right. We have also resistance, secret admirer, suppressing, timid. All right. So there could be somebody that's longing for you. All right. Somebody who's admiring you, but for whatever reason, like they've been resisting it. Okay. And then realizations, epiphanies, understandings, and awakenings. See, with this clarity of belief. So maybe somebody who's been resisting their feelings for you, they're not going to be able to do that anymore because they're going to have realizations. And a part of the realizations and the understanding is going to be not only like them accepting how they feel, but also knowing like that they've got to come towards you. Like they're not going to be able to, wait anymore. Or that could also be you, Sagittarius. You could be seeing 1 and then 1 like 11, or 1 1 1. Some of you also may be seeing variations of 6 6 6 6 6 6 6. All right, and I know what people say about the 666, but and that could be a relevant number for you for whatever reasons. I'm feeling a little like heavy in the heart space too, so whatever you've been feeling, it has been heavy and weighing on you. Okay. We have mistakes at the bottom of the deck, misunderstood, victim, lost soul. So maybe you walk around feeling like that a lot of the time. Like you feel like you're misunderstood, a lot, or people may harp on the mistakes that you make or something of the sort. So we have there's someone better. So maybe for some of you, if you're like nostalgic about somebody from the past, maybe there's someone, better. Maybe it's going to be that like crush or something. We have they will reach out. So maybe if somebody is looking at you, you know, from afar or whatever, like they will reach out, Sagittarius. We have long term. So maybe this next relationship of yours will be long term, or maybe you are in a long term relationship. And then we have water sign. So that would be Cancer, Scorpio, or Pisces. So you could have one of those placements, or you could be connected to one. I also I saw this card when I picked up the mistakes card earlier because this is underneath, but it just fell out. So I'm going to show it to you. We have one day, someday, somewhere, another time. So maybe some of you reflect on that, like you're nostalgic, you know, about someone or something, but, you know, or about a relationship that you would like to be a certain way, but you're like, you know, it kind of feels like it's like another time, another place. And for some of you, you could feel that way because this could be a person from your past or past life, right? So like in another time in another place, maybe you and this person were lovers. All right. So a lot of different energy here, Sagittarius. And or this person, you know, that you're coming together with, it may end up feeling very nostalgic. All right. It may end up feeling, you know, very comfortable once you push past your fears. And that could be because this person is, you guys have already been together in the past life. All right. As far as divine timing goes, it says let it happen organically. Just saw 11:11. All right, let it happen organically. And then at the bottom of the deck, it says release all expectations. So yeah, like this is going to happen, Sagittarius. It's going to happen whenever it happens. All right. I love y'all. Thank you for being here. See you next time.